In the solve it, the expression for the volume of the larger bubble involves a product raised to a power. In this lesson, you will use properties of exponents to simplify similar expressions. You can use repeated multiplication to simplify a power raised to a power. For example, x squared is a power. In parentheses, that power is being raised to the power of 5. So this is an example of a power raised to a power. Now if we think about it, x squared to the 5th power is the same as x squared times x squared times x squared times x squared times x squared. And that's the same thing as x to the 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 power, using properties from the last lesson. Well, that's the same as x to the 2 times 5 power, and that's x to the 10th. Notice x squared to the 5th power equals x to the 2 times 5, and is a shorter way to write x squared multiplied by itself 5 times. Raising a power to a power is the same as raising the base to the product of the exponents. And a property, raising a power to a power. In words we can state, to raise a power to a power, multiply the exponents. Using algebra, this can be demonstrated a to the m power raised to the n power equals a raised to the m times n power, where a is non-zero and m and n are rational numbers. Some examples. The first, 5 to the 4th power squared, equals 5 to the 4 times 2 power, and that's 5 to the 8th power. Next, m to the 3rd power raised to the 5th power, well, that's m to the 3 times 5 power, and that's m to the 15th power. With rational exponents, we see a to the 3/2 power raised to the 3rd power, but it behaves the same. This will be a to the 3/2 times 3 power. With some multiplication, we see this is a to the 9/2 power. And finally, x to the 1/2 power raised to the 3/5 power, well, that's the same as x to the 1/2 times 3/5. Some fraction multiplication, we find x to the 3/10 power. This brings us to problem 1, simplifying a power raised to a power. Part A asks, what is the simplified form of n to the 4th to the 7th? Well, we know to multiply the exponents because we have a power raised to a power, so that simplifies to n to the 28th power. And part B, what is the simplified form of x to the 2/3 power raised to the 1/2 power? Again, multiply the exponents. 2/3 times 1/2 equals 2/6, which of course will simplify, and this becomes x to the 1/3 power. Your turn, part A. What is the simplified form of p to the 5th power to the 4th power? And B, how about the simplified form of p to the 4th power to the 5th power? C, the simplified form of p to the 1/2 power to the 1/4 power. D, the simplified form of p to the 1/4 power to the 1/2 power. And E, a reasoning item, is a to the m power to the n power equal to a to the n power to the m power, true for all integers m and n? Explain.